How Hypixel permanently killed its community. Today we are going to be looking at the drastic change in 2021. As this was a couple of years ago, some of you might not even remember the rank. So in August 2021, Hypixel decided to completely change their ranking system for the staff. They got rid of mod and helper, I do believe. They also removed any chance of any person joining the staff team on a voluntary basis. Instead, they made it so every single position is paid, which I guess is a good thing. However, the downside to this is there are only about like 25 staff members now, and probably not even that. Now, some of you might be wondering, why has this killed Hypixel's community? Well, I take you back to before 2021 when these changes were made. In my personal experience, I saw a helper in pretty much nearly every single lobby. If you go into lobby 1, there is a helper and a moderator there. There used to be like 5 or 6 of them. I mean, even when they had the builder ranks, this was still a useful role to the community if they needed help. I think back then a lot of us used the helpers and the moderators for help, as it is in their name. It was a really cool role to try and understand the server and the games at the time. Of course, back in 2021, they were releasing games quite a lot, especially in the prototype lobby. I think before this, like, Bed Wars was pretty big, Sky Wars was pretty big, and also the prototype games were pretty big at the time. Now, if we hop all the way back to the 9th of August 2021, we can see a post here by the community manager about why they've changed the staff team. Now, I know this is old news, so I'm not going to read it through because we all know what's happened. But it's interesting because they did announce the new rank of the Game Master. And this, I think, is a disastrous decision. In the grand scheme of things, I think this has absolutely destroyed the community. I have no idea if I have ever seen a Game Master in my life. I doubt people have. I mean, okay, surely there are going to be Game Masters somewhere. Maybe it caters more to American viewers. But I think this is the real problem, because if you are new on Hypixel, then you have no real tutorial on how to learn the game. Whereas the helpers back in the day would help you, sometimes that is. And you know, there was a nice community out there that would really help you. There was loads of helpers, loads of moderators. I think junior helpers was a thing back then, but I honestly don't remember that role. I honestly don't see an issue with having helpers and moderators that do not earn money. Now, I understand the business side of things where you have to just keep, like, I think they have, like, NDA agreements. They will have some sort of agreement in place where they can't reveal too much, that is. Honestly, this is 2 years on now. I think it's had a reverse effect on life on Hypixel. I never see any help for the newer audience on there. And I know there are YouTube videos that help people out. However, I think you honestly need like a player to actually be live helping you out on the server. If they want to continue having staff members who get paid and it isn't a voluntary role, then I do think they need to add a lot more Game Masters to that position. Also, I just wanted to point out as well, this is in my personal case as well, I do find that moderating on the server now is very slow. If you report a player, it takes about 3 or 4 games for it to actually be resolved. I also just want to pick up on the fact that I do believe that moderation is a lot slower than it used to be. Obviously, with fewer staff members, you get less reaction time. And it does take quite a while for bans to actually be introduced. Sometimes you have to wait for the game to end as well for the player to actually be banned. And honestly, I do think it's just a really slow time. It's really awful for one of the biggest servers in Minecraft to actually have such a bad moderation system. I can't recall a time where the anti-cheat has actually banned a player as well. I assume it might change just because of Hypixel. Now, Hypixel might have a lot more staff members connected to it, which means a lot of them can't spend more time on Hypixel than they already have done. But hopefully this will reintroduce moderation, helper ranks, but who knows, they might even kill Hypixel off altogether at that point, purely because it's taken years for Hypixel to actually get released. It's actually incredible. Purely because it's just taken absolute years for Hypixel to be released. Let me know what you think about this change 2 years later. Has it killed the community? Has it impacted the community positively? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below.